All right, guys, I'm doing a sort of a channel updates video, and I hadn't posted a video on the mystery box discount codes, the last mystery box we did. I'm going to talk to you about the discount codes here in this video. I'll let you know what they are. They're also in the info box of this video and on the website where the mystery box product lives. It's sold out, by the way, and also in the discounts page on the website. But in addition to that, I'm going to touch on a ton of different things here in this video. 54 is nominated for an Art and Olfaction Award in the independent category. It's a finalist with the 9 other fragrances. I'm very, very excited. This is a very exciting thing, by the way. I'm so happy that it's gotten nominated a couple times now. And if you haven't gotten your bottles, please get them. I think it's a great fragrance. In fact, I have a link to ZGO in the info box, and there is a 15% off discount code. And on top of that, I'm going to talk to you about a few other things, some updates just for the channel here. But let's first get started with the last mystery box. The mystery box, we did a lot of different boxes. It was almost the same quantity as we did back in Black Friday in November. And we had some issues with some of the samples, sadly, broken, missing. So we had to hold off on the full quantity release, and then we released a few more once the samples started coming in. And we had some issues with the samples from various different brands. So it wasn't just one brand, it was multiple. But they are sold out now. The first 60 got a free gift, and I forgot to mention what the free gift was. It was the second issue of Niche by Nay. So Niche by Nay is a great, Nay is a really great magazine. And this is Niche by Nay. It comes out, I think, quarterly or yearly. I think they're on volume 3 now. And their distributor had some laying around. And so I asked them if we can include it. And the first 60 got one. And it sold out in 12 minutes. The first 60 was gone in 11 to 12 minutes. So if you were one of the first, you would have gotten one of these in a USPS priority envelope, unless you pay, you bought with UPS, and we put that in a box. But I love Nay magazine. It's one of my favorite. Well, it's a great perfume magazine, and they do those Niche by Nay volumes as well. But I think the regular magazines are quarterly. These are yearly. I'm not 100% sure, but they are on their third one. And last year we did another bunch of those, but last year they had the full quantity. So we sent it with every single kit in one of the kits we did last year. But that sold out. But we are dropping very few quantities of odds and ends mystery boxes. There's 20 samples in this for $39. It's available now. You should get it if you missed out. But just be warned, if you've been buying all the mystery boxes, these are samples from past kits, including the last one and the one before and throughout the years back. So if you don't want to replicate your samples, then I would skip this one out, and also leave it for people that missed the last kit, because some people missed out on it. And this has samples from the last kit, the previous, and then some previous ones way back last year. So there's probably only 15 of these available. So if you're in the market for new samples, head over to the website and get it now. I have it linked in the info box. But let's talk about the discount codes. There's discounts for most everything, except for a few. Unfortunately, the first fragrance that I spoke about in my videos past, Eternal Journey, there's no discount code available yet. We don't have a retailer in the States. Hopefully very soon there will be, and I'll report on it. So for Golden Pistachio, we have a 10% off. It's linked in the info box. For Dulce Fundamentum, we also have a 10% off linked in the info box. Again, all the discount codes are also on the website for the product page of the mystery box, and also the discounts page. You just click on them and it'll take you to the website where you can buy the fragrances, and the discount codes give you discounts towards purchase of full bottles. So MYRRH Shadow, there is a 10% off. Once again, it's linked in the info box. Organ Tales Fleur de Bonbon. Yes, there's a 10% discount code on that one. Experimental Perfume Club's Smell Like a King. There is a 10% off on that. The Vanilla Pancake, also 10% off. Sadly, I don't have a discount code or a link for Reminiscence Le Rem fragrance, the marine aquatic beachy fragrance. Hopefully we'll get one for you guys soon. ACAMPORA's Musk Mocha, there's a 10% off for that. JUPILO's Sugar Rum, yummy, boozy, sweet gourmand, there's a 10% off on that. Francesca Bianchi's The Code of Emotion, there is a 10% off on that one. It's a really great fougere. The fougere with a kind of a green fruity mango twist. GLEAM's Silver Mineral, there is a 10% off code on that one as well. Most of these are 10%, but we'll have some 15% off. Like this next one's also 10%. It's ANFAS MAHABA. It's a really great citrus. That's saved you 10% off. Then the next one, Art Meets Art, Sexual Healing, 15% off code, linked in the info box. And you can head to ZGO on that one and buy that. But the next fragrance, KIERIN's Sunday Brunch, it's 10% off. You know, I really enjoy this tea fragrance. It's fresh, but also a bit green, aromatic, and spicy, but also creamy smooth. Just like tea fragrances are, it's a perfect spring fragrance, I think. Then we've got 15% off of Dulce's Tonka Latte. So I have that linked in the info box. Again, a really delicious gourmand. We have L'Entropiste DORIAN'S Spleen. Unfortunately, I don't have a discount code for that. But you know what? Next week, by the middle of the week, I might have a discount code for that at 10% off. I'll report on that very soon. Then we have J.U.S. Sexy Crush. It's 10% off. We have Mabel Orama's Phoenix Flame, 10% off. We have Pastel Rumors by Sarah Baker, 15% off. And then Caves Alheba, it's 10% off. So I know I got a couple of complaints that it was too many gourmands. Unfortunately, when I'm asking brands to provide samples for these kits, I can't control who says yes and provides it, who doesn't. And unfortunately, this particular kit turned out to be a bit gourmand heavy. And again, I have no control. It's the same thing with the regular kits, the SCENTCLUB kits. By the way, we have a really great one coming very soon, but we still have some of the 14 and 13s in the store. You should head over and get those. 14 has Cocktail Appalachias from the L'Orchestre Parfum. We also have Bois Imperial Extrait from Essential Parfum as the second in the kit. This is how the kits are. And then Vanilla Mudslide is the third in the kit. Awesome vanilla spicy. But unfortunately, there's no stock of Vanilla Mudslide left. So if you want to smell that, this is the way to get your hands on a bottle. I don't know when they're going to restock. The ZGO store sells them. We do have a 15% off on the bottles, but I've been warned that they're behind in production and they're working on getting more bottles. So I'm assuming it's going to take another couple of months before they have stock. So Vanilla Mudslide is in this kit. It's an amazing, awesome fragrance. Really love it. And then we also have Kit 13, some of the Kit 13 left as well. And get those before we run out on those if you're looking for, discovering some great fragrances that I have approved of. So those are the discount codes for the latest mystery box. And then we have, as I said, these odds and ends mystery boxes with 20 samples each, $39, and there's not a lot of quantity. And they will go out Tuesday before I head to LA for the Art and Olfaction Awards. So get those before somebody else does, because it's a good value. 20 samples for $39, and since they are the remaining samples and we want people to end up with the samples, we've done a nice deal on them, especially this weekend on Memorial Day weekend. By the way, it is Memorial Day weekend here in the USA, and yesterday I aired a video on citrus fragrances. If you haven't caught that video, please do. I really enjoy airing citrus videos on Memorial Day weekend because it's kind of the start of summer, sort of, because it's still spring, but it's warming up out there. So if you haven't caught that video, there's some really awesome, juicy citrus fragrances in that video. There's 21 of them. And head over and catch that video. But let's talk about a little bit about the 54 being nominated for an Art and Olfaction Award. I'm so excited for this, by the way. Really, really awesome. So the Art and Olfaction, it's the Institute of Art and Olfaction, and I attended the awards ceremony 2 years ago, and some of the events, their perfume events that they held 2 years ago here in LA. Not here, but down south in Southern California. Last year, I believe it was held in Lisbon, but this year it's back, and I'm happy it's back here in California, and 54 is nominated. And again, if you haven't bought your bottle of 54, please do. It's an awesome release. It's patchouli focused. And it's interesting, the consensus is really, really positive on this fragrance and figures it's getting nominated. And it's nominated against 10 other fragrances. And let's see if I can tell you the names. So we've got Jusbox 54, but I don't know any of the other fragrances. I haven't smelled them except for the last fragrance I'm going to talk to you about. Well, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to mention it. And hopefully I'll do a video on that fragrance as well, which it was a really nice offering. But it's Jusbox 54. Then we have Tail Parfum Bad Lily, Beaufort London's Cape Wrath. I'm familiar with this house. I'm not familiar with Tail. Floridia Parfum Ex Manifattura. Unfamiliar with this brand. Let me see if I can look at some photos because I've printed out the photos. So the independent category are independent perfume houses with perfumers not part of the house, because they also have the category of artisan, which is basically a brand owned by the perfumer. So this category are fragrances by a brand, but the fragrances are created by an actual perfumer outside of the brand. So that's the independent category. I believe last year the winner was Kajal, and I can't remember which fragrance. Was it the leather? I think it was their leather fragrance. I think it was Kajal 4, if I'm not mistaken. But so Bad Lily, Cape Wrath, Bad Lily by Tail Parfum, Cape Wrath by Beaufort London, Ex Manifattura Tabacchi by Floridia. It's another Italian house. Of course, I mentioned 54 by Jusbox Perfumes. That's created by Julien Rascanet. Again, I am so grateful I was, involved in the creation of that fragrance. It's an awesome juice, guys. So then we have Northern by a brand called Solvent. Then we have Wamak Perfumes in a fragrance called Patchouli. So we are competing with another patchouli fragrance. Sadly, I haven't smelled the Wamak Perfumes Patchouli, unfortunately. We'll see what it's all about. Then we have Principalities by a brand called, is it Caleste or Celeste? It's a Romanian house. Another fragrance called Source by Valens from the United Kingdom. And that is a perfumer by the name of Pia Long. I've met her before. And also I've met the perfumer for Wamak Perfumes. It's Amer. He has his own brand, and I guess he's done a fragrance for another house. So Valens, Source. Then we have The Mandala by Paramsara. Paramsara. And then the last fragrance is Epicron Twin Peaks. So Epicron Twin Peaks is created by Michael Wong, who owns the brand One Day. And I enjoy Twin Peaks quite a bit. So I think he's launched another brand, or is it another collection? But it's a different brand. It's from China, obviously. So Michael Wong is the perfumer. And I'm a big fan of Taipei from One Day, and I'm also a big fan of Oolong Tea. So those are the fragrances that are in this category competing against 54. So if you guys are in the LA area, you should participate in the events that are surrounded with Scent Week. I think you can buy tickets to the awards. There's also Scent Fair on Saturday and Sunday. I should attend at least one of the days. And then I get to come back here and back to normal. But I'm actually going on a trip to France at the end of June. I will make more of a formal announcement on that. I'm going there invited by a brand to do get involved with the lavender harvesting and cultivation and whatever, with a few other ingredients and notes that are, you know, grown in the south of France. So I'm going to be doing that for a couple of days, and I'll report anything I can about that on the channel and also on social media. And I'm also going to attend Grasse Perfume Week for one day, and then I'm going back to Paris to hang out for a few days and then flying back. So it's a pretty short trip, but I'll be heading back to Europe in September for PT Fragranza and Duty Free TFWA. So those are the 2 trips that are coming up. If you want to meet there, you're in the industry or you're a fan or something, I'll be at these events. Of course, the Art and Olfaction Awards and Grasse Perfume Week and PT Fragranza and Duty Free. So that's that information. So now for some bad news, unfortunately. So my fragrance collaboration is a bit uncertain at this time. The second fragrance that was supposed to launch here, it keeps getting pushed back. So right now, date to be determined. I don't know when it's going to launch, unfortunately. But as soon as I have more information on that fragrance, I will let you guys know. There's some obstacles. Unfortunately, it's an independent brand. So if it was nominated, let's say it was nominated for this awards, it wouldn't be in the same category as 54. It would be in the other category with the artisan, because it's a brand that's owned by a perfumer. So it's his own brand. So working with a brand like this, and the fact that we're going to produce a large quantity has been the biggest challenge. And recreating the OG scent with a compounding house is just not coming together. And I don't want to launch something that doesn't smell great and do it perfectly. So unfortunately, I don't have a date for the launch of that yet. It's kind of to be determined. Many obstacles, and it's funny, we started that fragrance before we started Jusbox. Go figure how long it's taken. We're at two and a half years, and it's a bit disappointing because that one was supposed to launch before 54. But in the meantime, get your nose on 54 and wish me luck on that award. Again, I'm grateful to be a finalist with 9 other awesome fragrances. Okay, that's that. Now, I hope I'm not missing something. So I do want to report some more negative stuff. Unfortunately, we were trying to be scammed. So we received an email at the customer service for our kits asking for a bottle of 54. And, you know, this customer service for our kits, I'm sure some of you have emailed there. I do have a customer service team there. And anyway, we received an email by someone there saying that they are an influencer and they want a bottle of 54. First off, guys, this is not my own brand, so I don't have extra bottles laying around to send to people. So if you're looking for a bottle, don't reach out to me because I don't have them. I can't send them. So I think my customer service was a bit ticked off at the message, and they wrote a pretty mean message back. But I looked at the message and I'm like, oh, I know that guy. I know him. I've met him multiple times. He's a really nice guy. He's an influencer. Well, I don't know if the right word is influencer. He's a content creator for fragrances. He's from Portugal, and he is Scented Moments. I'm like, that's a bit of a mean reply. Let me reply back to him and tell him I'm so sorry about that reply, but we don't have any bottles. You can contact the brand or their distributor, blah, blah, blah. So they said, okay, blah, blah. And then in the conversation back and forth, this person that's asking said, oh, I'm on a project in Houston. And I'm like, well, I've known this guy. He's from Portugal, and I think he's moved to Lithuania with his girlfriend or wife. What the hell is he doing in Houston, Texas? So I'm trying to get address information out from them and then also telephone numbers, but they're not meshing. And I'm like, okay, this is a scam. So yeah, it was a scam. So I reached out to Scented Moments and asked, is this you? What are you doing in Texas on a project? I've never heard that you were there. I knew the last time I saw him, he said he was in Lithuania. And why would people go through this pretending to be another content creator or influencer asking for perfume? It's quite crazy. I can't believe the types of scams that are happening. And I'm kind of glad I caught it, but I think if I didn't reply to my customer service team's reply, I guess it would have just ended right there. But this person really did pretend to be Scented Moments. And even though I don't do content with Scented Moments, I've met the guy. He's very nice. And I knew him. I follow him. And I just reached out and asked, what are you doing in Texas? What kind of a project is this? Oh, I'm not in Texas. I've never been, kind of a thing. So yeah, if you guys are going to try and scam, I guess trying to figure out a better way to scam, but really annoying. This is almost feeling like there was these scams going on YouTube that people would comment, oh, you've won a prize, send us this money, you'll get this. Yeah, guys, don't fall for the scams. This is us being scammed, but in the other case of YouTube, there a lot of folks that were commenting on my videos were getting scammed. Thankfully, that scamming thing has been kind of wiped out by YouTube, or maybe people finally realize that they're being scammed. But just hate when I can tell if I'm being scammed. I get fake texts all the time. This one was pretty good, but the fact that they were being a bit... Yeah, the phone number they were sending back just didn't match any numbers, and it was always missing a number. I'm like, why is there one number missing? So basically I said, I'm going to talk to the distributor and we'll have a fragrance sent to them, and just dropped the ball. So that was a bit disappointing, but glad we caught that. Again, if you're looking for a bottle, don't ask me. I don't have any extra bottles. I'm actually buying my own bottles from ZGO. It's a great fragrance. I love wearing it. And I've been gifting some to some relatives. But let's move on to the next topic. I think this is pretty much it. The last and final topic. I did a video a couple of weeks ago. It was like a big haul unboxing and smelling on camera. It was like an hour and 15 minutes. I think a lot of you like that kind of a video, and I think I'm going to start doing big house overviews, a lot of fragrances in one video, very minute amounts of editing, no titles, no photos, just quick shoot. Although the next one that's dropping is tomorrow. It's on the House of Guerlain. We have almost 100 fragrances in the video, and it's just a little over 2 hours long. There's vintage, there's classics, there's new stuff, old stuff in one video. And every time I've done long form videos, I get a lot of comments from people saying they love long form videos. So let me get your thoughts on this. I'm going to continue doing more. In fact, I'm actually thinking of the next brand I want to highlight is L'Artisan Parfumeur, which is what I mentioned in the video that's going to launch tomorrow. But let me know if you want a big house overview, kind of a similar format, just discussing the fragrances and key points about the fragrances, their names, and all that good stuff. Do you like these kind of videos? Because I watch YouTube videos quite a bit, but never on fragrances. I don't watch fragrance reviews whatsoever. I have other genres that I do a lot of travel and food and things like this, and sometimes I sleep to them. And these kind of videos make for videos to fall asleep to. It's kind of like a podcast, not much interruptions, not a lot of sound effects or music, just chit chat. But anyway, let me know if you want to find out about certain brands that you want me to speak about in one video, long format, hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. I know there's many of you that don't like long form videos, but there's a lot of you that do. I do enjoy long form videos, especially to fall asleep to, because you know, some voices are soothing, and you know, it's a nice way to just listen to something and just drift away. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you haven't bought a mystery box lately, we have the odds and ends, and there's only a few of these, so get them now. It's 20 samples inside, and it's $39. And then we have the kit 14 and kit 13 still available, and we also have some loose fragrances from these kits on there. The one that's been really popular loose is Alexander J's Imperial Peacock. We featured that in, I can't remember, kit number 11 or 12 last October. Awesome almondy, vanillic gourmand, but not sugary sweet. Awesome fragrance created by Amélie Bourgeois. So, but we have Rogue Perfumery's Mousse Illuminée, Fresh Passiflore from Maître Parfumeur Gantier, and many other fragrances available. And some are perfect for summer wear, like Wave Child from Room 1015, Malamata from Rus and Rus, and so on and so on. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please add a comment below. Otherwise, please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.